This morning I'm going to do an overview of Overdrive, which is an app that you can use to borrow eBooks and audiobooks from your local library. Um, Somewhere I saw that it said video, but there's no video that you can borrow, as far as I know, unless there's some other hidden option. So anyway, the way it works, let me go into the App Store. I already have it on here, but I want to show you actually what you have to search for if you want to download the app. The top one is Overdrive Library Books and Audiobooks. And the second one over is the one with the looks like an O inside of a blue box, is the one that you would download. So, okay, I'm going to go into the Overdrive app. But first, if you don't have, let me see, you need a library card to use this app because you're lending ebooks from your local library. So when you go to set it up, it'll ask you for your local library, and you can search for it by zip code or type in Hunterdon County or something, whatever will come with the library. And then you could sign in. There may be a way to sign in without the library card. I haven't tried that, but certainly all you have to do is type in your library card number and you're in. Okay, and it remembers your account from now on. So we're going to go in. I keep all my book apps together in a little folder called Books. So click on O for Overdrive. And now, as you can see, I'm already registered with the Hunterdon County Library. So if I want to add a new book or get out a new book or audio book, I hit the plus sign up there. And you see, it comes up, the first screen shows you the newest adult ebooks, and they're always in most recently obtained order. Okay, and at the top you see wait list. That means you actually have to put a hold on, or, to get the book out. You'll notice that a lot of them are on the wait list. They're all new books, and people get them right away. So. But there's other ways you can look in the collections for all different categories of books. So we're going to do that now. And you can see your ebooks and your audiobooks. I'm going to go into the history category, and we'll check out and see how to borrow a book. As you can see, some of these are already on the wait list also. Here's one that's available. Well, let me see. Let's just pick any. I'll pick available President McKinley. Okay, it's a book about McKinley. Now, if you don't know too much about the book and you want to just get an idea what it's about, you can read a sample. So I'm going to click on read a sample, which is right next to it. And what it does is it puts you into the Safari browser and allows you to read. Okay, so by tapping on the margins, you get to one page or the left margin, go back and forth with the page. So you could actually get an idea of what the book is all about. Okay, we're going to go back to Overdrive now. I'm going to click on the Overdrive little icon at the very top to go back in. Now, if I want to borrow this book, well, before doing that, there's something called a wish list. Okay, so if you're searching for different books and you want to keep a list of what you've searched for that you might find interesting, you can just add it to the wish list. So as you can see, below the borrow is add to wish list. And now it's in my wish list. Okay. If I want to go into look at my wish list, I have to click on my account. Okay, over on the right hand side. And we'll click on wish list. And there it is. And there's some other things that I put in there from before. So, okay. Now, suppose I do want to borrow this book. Since it's available, I click on borrow. And go to loans. There's two options here. If you have a Kindle account or Kindle app, you can read it with Kindle. What that does is it pops you into your Amazon Kindle page, and you can have it sent to your Kindle app. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you the built-in reader that comes with Overdrive. So I've used the second option on there, it says download.
What's your grayscale?
It's in grayscale. Okay.
So that means it can be read on any device, the ebook?
Oh, yes, it can. I am doing all of this on the iPad, so if you have like an Android, it may look somewhat different. I suspect it's pretty much looking the same. And if you just have a laptop or whatever, you can go to overdrive.com and do the same kind of thing. In other words, it doesn't. Any device should be available to read these books. So now I'm going to now go to my bookshelf. The bookshelf is where you see what books you downloaded. Okay, so up on the left, upper left, you see the little hamburger, right? As Bruce would say, hamburger. That's what they call it. So anyway, that's the little drop-down menu. And I'm going to click on bookshelf to see what's in my bookshelf. And there is President McKinley. And I'm going to click on him. Title not downloaded. Okay. So it hasn't been downloaded. They kind of lied. Well, it's been registered basically. So I got to download it. Now,
John,
yeah.
how long does it, in your experience, how long does it take for the download to process?
Not long.
5 minutes?
I think less actually.
Okay.
Let me click on that red one up there and see what's going on. It says files, right? I'm going to click on files. It says 0 of 1.
Oh, there you go. You got a
Okay.
time bar.
Now, if
Oh, yeah.
I click on it,
You're at 40%.
okay.
Where do you see that?
45,
Oh, the bars going across, yeah.
50, 75.
Right, okay.
What are you calibrated for that line up there?
I've got a lot of time looking at those
Now, if I
lines.
click on the picture, it should be there. Okay, there's the book, and to like navigate, you can swipe, or you could tap on the right margin. Is that a blank page? I don't know. Okay.
He didn't have much of a presidency, according to Dennis.
So all I'm doing is tapping on the right margin.
You must have done something wrong.
So if I want to bring up the different like controls to make it brighter or change the text size, I just tap. I tapped on the page, and down here you can see the A's. If I tap on the right-hand side, it'll make it bigger. And right on the left-hand side to make it smaller. Okay. Now, if I want to go and change the brightness, I would go to the little brightness icon. So that's how you read the book. Okay. It's a fairly decent reader. I mean, you don't need the Kindle or anything, but so. Yeah. Now I'm going to go back, use up in the menu at the top, and go back into Hunterdon County Library, which is where we go and get other stuff. Or it's back to that, where I can search and things. And you can actually search, there is a search icon up there, so you can search for authors and titles, that sort of thing. Okay. Now, you can also do audiobooks, okay? So, I'm going to go back into collections. And I'm going to go into history nonfiction audiobooks. And you can see these are all on the wait list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just listen to a sample, okay? And we'll pick Grant, for example. From what I understand, Grant is a very underrated president. He apparently did a lot of good things.
A very good president.
What's that?
He was a very good president.
Yeah. So we're going to go listen to a set. Right, before I do listen to a sample, I want to show you how you place a hold. And it's kind of easy. Right? Just place a hold, right? And it says success. Okay. And that's now, if I go to my account and I click on holds, I will see the various holds. And it'll tell me how many books, it tells you right there. there's two copies, but 6 people are waiting for copies, so you got to wait for that.
How long do you have to read the book?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. The thing with the audiobooks is that they're pretty long. I mean, but if you're going like on a trip or something and you got your iPad, your Android or whatever, it's downloaded. You can just listen to it, and it's pretty good. Pretty good. So let's listen to a sample. Again, that puts you into the browser. And I'm going to click on the button there.
To make such a hubbub about. They aver that he has hardly the average of our day's literary and scholastic culture, and absolutely no pronounced genius or conventional eminence of any sort. Correct. But he proves how an average Western farmer, mechanic, boatman, carried by tides of circumstances, perhaps caprices, into a position of incredible military or civil responsibilities, may steer his way fitly and steadily through them all, carrying the country and himself with credit year after year, command over 1 million armed men, fight more than 50 pitched battles, rule for 8 years a land larger than all the kingdoms of Europe combined, and then, retiring quietly, with a cigar in his mouth, make the promenade of the whole world through its courts and coteries and kings and tsars and mikados, as phlegmatically as he ever walked the portico of a Missouri hotel after dinner.
So,
No.
that's kind of it.
John, is there a way to find out, let's say, what are the best reading books for 2017 or something? The most read books or recommended books or anything like that? Do they have
Not
any
here,
kind of
but
a list like that?
I think there's an app called Goodreads. Is anybody familiar with that one?
No, I have it on my phone, but I don't get it.
That apparently has a lot of like reviews and things of books and things like that. I've never used it, but I've heard about it. But I don't think this is one. But it does give you ratings though. You know, it does. You know, I guess for people who, I haven't done that. I guess you can rate these things.
Yeah, but that may be the person reading it rates it.
Well, there's reviews over
I
there.
wonder if there's a list of
if you
those.
go to the library
New York
names
Times,
and-
yeah, New York Times list.
Those
Did
are
you see that?
The bestseller lists.
Where's that?
yeah. Well, you can go on Google NY Times bestseller list and get the bestseller list. That's true.
Very easy.
Or Amazon has a list too.
I think you might find it on the county
Everybody
library
has.
main website. You might find
The what?
it. If you go to the website for the county library, just the general website, they might have.
Could be. So, let's see. Any other questions? You have 2 weeks to read these books, so.
Can you get it renewed? Or do you have to
Yes.
wait through the whole, you have to wait through the whole
no,
waiting
no.
list again?
I heard there's a trick though. If you're at the end of your 2 weeks and you still have a couple more days, if you turn off your Wi-Fi
I can't send you a message, good.
and you bring up each time you bring up the book, you turn off your Wi-Fi.
Then you don't know you got it.
Yeah.
Is it actually stored on?
What's that?
Is it actually stored on your memory?
Yes.
So how
Right.
do they get it back again?
Oh, that's a good point. I borrowed that book. Let me show you how to return it.
They don't actually get it back again. they've got a copy of it.
No, after 2 weeks, it'll automatically be
Well, that's
expired
what
for you.
I'm saying.
And I think it removes it from the device, I'm pretty sure.
But
But
you may have to do that in order to let somebody else get it, you know what I mean? I wouldn't,
if I want to return this book, I just, on the iPad, it's a long press on the book. Okay, I'll just pull my finger down. And I say return to library.
Talk about share.
No,
True, it's called.
no.
Oh, it's not. You can't.
I've never done a share, but that may be like sharing it on Facebook or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how you can, I don't think you can share the book.
I should be able
You
to
know,
share it.
on my Kindle, I can share a book to another Kindle user.
I think you can share it to those users.
Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know. I'm trying that.
You're
Try it.
too greedy. You're too greedy with your books.
Okay.
So Bruce, if you're sharing it, does it delete off of both devices at the same time?
Yeah, if I'm sharing it with my daughter, I can't read it anymore. Only she can read it.
Oh, so that's really not sharing, right? It's
Well, then she gives it back to me in 2
it's
weeks.
forwarding.
But I'll tell you something.
forwarding, okay. I see.
Oh, yeah.
I have a Kindle account, right? And I have all these books. And I find very few that you can actually lend out to someone. Most of them don't have that ability.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. It's depending on the book.
Yeah,
If you're buying them from Kindle, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To the library, if they're allowed 2 editions, they lend out 1, 2. Somebody wants to get it, they have to wait for 1 of those or 2 of those to come back. So that's part of the copyright probably with the library, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
With the library.
But like I say, if you want to read it in your Kindle reader, there was that Kindle option. It directs you over to your Amazon account, and then you say send. I think it says send to whatever device, iPad or whatever, and it puts it on your iPad. But I didn't show that. So.
But if you turn off your Wi-Fi to prevent it being sucked out again, that means the library probably can't lend it to somebody else.
No, I disagree with
true.
that.
I don't know, I'm just kind of
Yeah, that's true.
thinking aloud.
That's
Do
true.
they take it back after 14 days, or you gotta put it
No, they
back?
take it back.
They take it back.
They take it back.
Okay.
When you're listening to an audio, so like when you're reading the other, you could place a bookmark. When you're listening to the audio, does it just automatically know where you left off
Yeah,
when you listen?
yeah. You can. There's a pause. You can just hit a pause, and then continue later. That's it. And usually it downloads it in chunks. I mean, the audiobooks are pretty big. You know what I mean? Depends on the size of the book. If you've got like an 800-page book, an audiobook is like huge. But it works. It works fine.
Okay. That's good.
That's it?
That's it? You think so? Okay. Turn that book back.